This is Tiger Ascari. Thanks for coming back. It's been a while. It's been a while. I've been just a little busy with some things involving my life as far as getting everything in order. Just got promoted at work, working a lot, and also me and my girlfriend are about to move out of this apartment, so the setup is definitely going to get way better. That's why I haven't really focused on it much. Hey, buddy. But what I wanted to talk about today is, listen, guys, we're never dooming over here, okay? Never dooming 2026. We're not going to fall into despair. We're not going to fall into depression. That's behind us. All right. We're living in the new age of looks maxing. We're living in the age of the red pill. We're living in the age of, you know, different combating ideologies that are trying to vie for your attention on social media. You know, so I think we have to make ourselves as individuals, especially as men, as educated and as level-headed and as goal-oriented as possible. Like for me, my big goal, I talked about it in previous videos. I talked about like my goal right now is to lose weight so I can, get into law enforcement and also possibly get back into the military. To focus on building actual wealth, like an actual, like somewhat of a legacy, and build myself into the man that my kids can look up to, and I think every man should strive to do that, as well as getting closer to God and reading my Bible. I'm not the best Christian, but I am getting better, and I think understanding our faults and trying to work on those is the beginning of moving in the right direction. But yeah, this year is the year of the never doomer. Like, we have to stop doom scrolling. We have to stop, letting ourselves kind of get into these cycles of drugs and alcohol. I stopped drinking. I mean, I'm cutting like crazy. But I recently kind of made the decision to stop drinking, and it's been about 2-3 weeks. And it's like the longer and longer you go without doing that stuff, the more you understand that you don't need it. Like you don't, life has so much to offer you, and if you just put down the drugs, put down the alcohol, you can enjoy life so much more. Uh, and everything involving politics nowadays is it's getting, people think things are getting a little crazier, but I would disagree. I would say the world has always been crazy. We just notice it more. With social media, you see everything so much more, like so much like faster, faster, faster. You're seeing a TikTok, you're seeing an Instagram reel, you're seeing people's opinions here on YouTube, especially mine. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. By the way, please do. Thank you so much. But we can't, or I should say, you shouldn't just let someone else's opinions completely dictate what yours are. I like, for example, right? I like Nick Fuentes. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's going to be the future of the conservative movement going forward. Is like, I think he's almost 30 now. Like, I'm in my early 30s. He's in his later 20s. But I'm noticing, like, some people on social media, like on Twitter, whatever, it's like they kind of wait for what Lord Nick has to say. Like, first of all, it's kind of, I mean, I don't want to say it on here, but it's just like what kind of a man are you, waiting for the opinion of another man that's not your superior in any way dictate how you think or what you should say or do? Like, you're no better than, some left wing radical. Honestly, have opinions for yourself and defend them or debate them, or get a deeper understanding of what you believe in. What's the bedrock of what you believe in? Why do you believe the things that you believe? Where did the ideas come from? Who believed these ideas to begin with? And then what was the context of the time that they were living in for them to have these beliefs in the first place? And I don't think a lot of people do that. And that's something I've been doing lately, is really understanding the core understandings of what I believe and why I believe the way I do. I would say I'm pro-life, I'm Christian, I'm conservative, I'm pro-family, I'm pro-gun. I'm pro law enforcement, pro our military, and I'm just pro America. And then when someone asks me, well, why do you believe those things? I mean, just from a simplistic standpoint, I say, as a man, I believe that we maintain, build, and defend society. And if we stop doing those things, then society is going to start to crumble. Well, lo and behold, what's happening right now? Lo and behold, what's happening right now? I believe, women's duty to society is to raise and nurture, is to have and raise children, and to nurture children. If they stop doing that, then society starts falling apart. Well, well, lo and behold, what's happening right now? We're experiencing lower than ever before birth rates. We're experiencing, men kind of reneging on their, commitment to society as well as women. So when women and men stop, like doing this, instead start doing this, then that's when societies fall apart, and that's what we're kind of experiencing right now. That's why I think it's important to kind of re-evaluate where you are in life, especially as men. Like, we need to get better. We need to, go to college and get an actual usable degree. I recommend people all the time join the military. The military is a great way to build wealth, to build experience, to mature like way faster than other people. I highly recommend it. Like get out there in the world and really test your mettle. Um, hit the gym, like go to the gym, lift weights, lift heavy weights. And also too, I will say this about the looks maxing community: definitely go through efforts to look better. This whole notion that women don't believe or don't care about a man's looks, I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. Like women definitely like a man that at least takes care of himself. You know, like get a haircut. Get clothes that fit you. Brush your teeth. Wash your face. Wash your hair. You would be amazed at what a lot of men don't do, and also be amazed at what a lot of men tolerate. Don't be afraid to not tolerate certain things in your life. If you don't want to date a fat girl, then don't do it. If you don't want to work as a stocking shelves in Walmart the rest of my life, then find a way out of it. Find a way out of that situation. I have no sympathy for people. You ever see those videos, or those videos where it's like, oh, this person worked at like McDonald's for 50 years and they weren't even like a manager. They weren't like, or trying to move up in the system. They just stayed in that one spot, or they're just a cashier, or they're just a cook, or that's it. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. It's okay if that's where you got to start. I don't care if that's where you start, but don't end there. Don't end there. If you got to start and here's the thing: working at McDonald's is not a bad job, especially nowadays with where the economy's going. Having a job is it's an honorable thing. Working a 9 to 5, like earning an honest wage, like that is a very good thing. Never be ashamed of that, but don't end there. Like if you're working at McDonald's, if you're working at Walmart, if you're and by working at these places, I mean like you're just like at the bottom of the rung. You're a cashier, you're a cart pusher. You know, don't end there. Have higher aspirations for yourself, and also don't don't take for granted the little things that you learn from working these jobs, like customer service. I'm a big customer service person. Yes sir, yes sir, yes ma'am, thank you very much. Pleasure to see you, like pleasure to meet you, welcome to so and so. Like, you would be surprised the people that I interact with that just have no customer service and don't know how to communicate properly. We're living in the post-COVID era where we're having some young people kind of come up where they can't communicate properly. So all only my whole thing about this video is we are never dooming. We are never dooming. I am depression can't catch a moving target. Go to the gym, eat right, eat brown rice, broccoli, and chicken. Like simplify it down. Lift weights. Like get some muscle. Like get some muscle. lose the fat. I mean, I weighed myself. I'm 283. I want to be. I'm going on a vacation here in November. I want to be at least like 220. I think I can do it. Like 60 pounds and about. Let's see here. We're in May right now, so May, June, July, August, September, October. So I got 6 months. 6 months to lose 65 pounds. Yeah, I could do it. But don't despair. Don't despair. It's a matter like if you are in a bad situation right now, you need to pull up your pants, lace up your shoes, and get out of it. There's too many different opportunities out there for us to to just stay where you're at. And that's all I got for you right now. Peace out.